What's an expat? An expat or expatriate is literally any person who lives temporarily or permanently in a country other than the country of their citizenship. People leave their home countries to live abroad for many different reasons. Economic reasons, stretching your income, including retirement income, further. Political reasons, health-related or even philosophical reasons. Thus, choosing a new home country depends on each person's or family's own prioritized list of reasons. The educational system may not be of any importance to a retired expat couple. On the other hand, for families with school-aged children, education structure may rank at the top of the reason list. But those differences aside, there are universal criteria that apply pretty much to all. To name a few here: safety, political stability, health, affordable housing, general infrastructure, the locals' attitude towards newcomers. Turkey has been rapidly moving up on the hot expat destinations list for over 2 decades. Especially in the past 5 years, there has been an increasing trend of people moving to Turkey. The top 3 nationalities moving to Turkey are US, Americans, British, and Dutch. After the overall quality of life, one of the main reasons cited for moving to Turkey is the low cost of living, with ideal climate coming second, followed by natural beauties, people, food, and culture. In the small city of Fethiye, where I currently reside, there is a community of over 5,000 British expats and another few thousands from Canada, the Netherlands, and Scandinavian nations, and the US. Here, on any given day, I meet and chat with expats from all over the world. And with me being me, I always inquire about when, why, and how they decided to move and settle in Turkey. Today, instead of babbling in the background too much, I'm going to provide you with excerpts of my casual, unedited, and spontaneous conversation with a British couple, my friends, Terry and Jane. There will be 2 episodes on this. This first one is on the general theme of Turkey and when, why, and how they ended up settling here. In our second episode tomorrow, we'll be focusing mainly on healthcare in Turkey and their direct experiences with it. Let's begin. I'm going to have several interviews. These interviews are going to be all raw, talking about why Turkey, how come Turkey, how is it being in Turkey, and get unbiased, get into this unbiased conversation of Turkey that we see through the lenses of people living here, people coming here as expats, and the Turkey that is being shown in the media, in the United States, many other Western countries as well, and how it's portrayed, and how those 2 images actually, in many points, they just clash with each other.
We've had the house for February 2002, the actual tapu went through. We've actually physically lived here full time since May 2014.
Yeah.
So you've been here full time for 4 years, but you've been here on and off for 16, 17.
I came when I was a child.
We bought the house then. We've been coming 22 years, 23 years.
23 years. Yeah.
Every year we came for holiday.
I came as a child when I was 14. So.
So yours was a holiday. That was your introduction to Turkey.
Yeah.
How about you?
Same?
The same,
Yeah.
same. He said, I'd never even considered Turkey for a holiday.
Most people don't.
And he said, well, it's cheap, let's go. And
Different
we just
culture.
fell in love with the place. Absolutely loved it. And we've been coming back ever since.
That's amazing. What was the catalyst to say, let's go and live there full time? Or was there any catalyst? Sometimes there are catalysts.
Well, we came over the mountain, we saw this bay, and we said, perfect. The weather, perfect.
The scenery.
Scenery, the people. People more than anything, I think. They were so kind to us and helping us. I mean, the first day here we went out for a meal, and no idea with the money, because it was thousands of liras before they changed all the banknotes. And we left the money, which we thought was correct, on the table, and a waiter come running up the street after us. You left too much money.
Not happening in most of Europe. Or anywhere else.
We said, that's it. This is where we want to be.
I don't know, seeking exploration, the desire to get to know other cultures, and not just as a tourist going to a mega resort, you know, eating, drinking, getting out, but wanting to know the culture all over India. And it's nothing like that in the United States. And I know US is big, it's huge. It takes me 5.5 hours to go from Washington, D.C. to LA. But when I found out that over 60% of Americans don't have passports because they neither want to get out of the country or have any desire to get out of the country. So no matter how big the country, considering its history being pretty outside Native Americans, pretty brief, short history, to me, that's mind-boggling, because I feel each country I go to, I expand my life view. And I also realize how much more we are more alike than different. And in some ways, the xenophobia that not traveling, not exploring brings it, you know, because we tend to psychologically be scared, afraid of things we don't know. And as we get to know them, we say, hey, you know, that's just, it's familiar. And have you, I mean, being in Turkey, and of course, even though Turkey is small, it's the size of Texas, you know, compared to the United States,
Well,
it's
yeah.
one of the state size. It's so varied in terms of culture. You go to Black Sea, it's a totally different culture. You go to Eastern Anatolia, it's vastly different. South, whether it's cuisine, whether it's music, whether it's dance, folklore dance, the people's outfit, it's amazing. And here's the Aegean coast, which is more like being in Greece. It's the same Aegean Mediterranean culture.
I went to Ephesus many years ago. Erzurum, Lake Van, Antalya, of course, Kaş, Kalk.
Erzurum, Van. I haven't made it to Van Lake. You actually went to Eastern Turkey to Erzurum and
It
Van?
was fascinating.
Yes.
Did you drive, flew?
Mount
No,
Ararat.
we flew.
You flew to Van Lake,
Erzurum
Erzurum.
first.
Flew
and
to
then-
Erzurum, then about 8 hours on a coach to Van.
Yeah, we went to Mount Ararat to look for Noah, wait for the Syrians at the border.
What was your reaction? Because Eastern Anatolia, totally different culture, different food, different custom. What was your reaction to everything you saw that being different?
The people themselves were just as friendly as anywhere we've been. I found this with Turkey, though. It doesn't matter where you go, they want you to come. They want you to see their culture. They want, you know, and
Proud. Why not?
beautiful.
It is beautiful. I'm not saying it.
And I
does my
found, you know,
home
the really
country.
poor people who've got very, very little still want to share with you.
That generosity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
more
hospitable
Come and have
culture.
food or drink, and they've got nothing.
Hospitality.
It's beautiful.
If you were, actually, I'm going to ask both of you separately because I know, and this has nothing to do with being sexist or feminism, we think differently. So from a female, women's perspective versus a man's perspective, right out of your head, if you were to say the top 3 things that you love most about Turkey, that makes Turkey Turkey to you, what would that be, Jay?
My first one would be hospitality of the people. Food,
Yes.
the views, everything. It's absolutely everything.
Harry?
The culture and personality of the place. I think also the security, and that we don't feel at all threatened here. Walking around in city centres at night, you don't know what's going to happen to you. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. People and food, really.
Food. I love how everyone, almost everyone, joins in those 2 things. And I have talked with Canadian tourists here, Australians, expats from Netherlands, and those 2 things, no matter what the 3 things, you know, the third thing is the 2 people hospitality and the generosity of people and food. Because I don't know, because sometimes I feel like when I put things in social media talking about food with such passion, people may think I'm exaggerating, you know, come on already, food, okay, you love food. I think, but you got to see the variety, the complexity, the spices, the herbs, the freshness. I'm gonna have beiti. For starters, bir sucuk söyleyelim. The butcher sausage here. I want you to taste the difference. Butcher sausage versus factory sausage. And oradaki avcı böreği, the börek with ground beef. Bir de ondan söyleyelim, denesinler.
Beetroot.
Good, I almost forgot that one, pancar. Bir kadeh de sizin Malbec mi? Kırmızı
Evet, kırmızı Malbec.
Malbec. What would you like to drink?
If they've got Belmonte black, it would be nice.
Belmonte.
Black.
Yes.
Oh, I wonder if they've got Strongbow.
Might have.
Have you a Strongbow cider?
Yes.
I'll have a cider.
I
Belmonte
haven't
black.
tried that.
Have you not? It's
No.
nice.
Is it Turkish or is
No,
it
it's
import?
Belmonte black.
Cider. Is it like apple cider or grape cider?
It's apple. It's
You don't
English.
got
Because I had
FS,
no idea
red
about
Oh,
or-
you could try. It's nice.
Bearing in mind where she works, it could be that she.
This comes from Antep. This comes from Antep. This is real pistachio.
Looks nice.
You can't find this in Fethiye. They can't. Baklava is an Antep thing. Baklava is the South thing. Baklava, Aegean Sea. Yeah, walnut homemade baklava, Greek style. Okay, but this baklava, Antep is the place to go for that. And are you sure you don't want to have a bite of this? I'm gonna feel so lonely. Okay.
I could probably try that.
You should.
myself,
Here.
yeah. I do like baklava. You don't
And
get
believe
very
me,
good baklava very often.
and this is not syrupy. Please
Yeah,
taste
a lot
it.
of it, you end up wearing it.
Eat it with the pistachio and everything. You're gonna love
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
You're gonna love. I guarantee. I have never heard someone saying, "Oh my God, this is This is life. This is this most amazing thing.
I was told once by a Turkish man, he was very angry at me for drinking raki and then eating baklava. He says, you mustn't do that.
And no sugar. I usually have sugar in my tea, not when I have baklava. This is happiness. And we don't have any history of rape and violence, any of those stuff. When you compare to the United States, murder rate, rape rate, mugging rate, we don't have that. It's unheard of, unheard of. With that, if you were asked by someone in UK or US or Canada and say, Jane, I'm thinking of becoming an expat because I want to stretch my money further. I want a climate that is mild, Mediterranean climate. I'm thinking of Turkey. What would be your message? What would be your response? What would be your comments? What would you tell her?
Come and enjoy it, because there is nothing to fear whatsoever. I feel safer here than I do at home.
So do I.
In England. And they will feel, when they've been here, I know people who've been for the first time say, can't wait to come back, love the place. I know people who've been here on a holiday, they've been here 4 days, they've been and bought a house.
Yeah, which is a bit.
So the
How
house
about
is
you?
now empty.
What would be your advice? If someone who says, I have my retirement fund and I'm thinking of Turkey, is it dangerous? Can I come? What would be your response to people saying, is it like Afghanistan, Terry?
Well, put it this way. My wife's going out tonight to a party. If it was a lot of other countries, especially now in Europe the way things are, I'd be concerned for her safety. I'm not at all bothered. I'm going to take her up and fetch her back because maybe they'll have a drink. Otherwise, she'd just go up there on her own and come back whenever she felt like it. Fetch you is like a bubble. You read all the stuff in the press about Brexit, Mr. Trump, all the other politics, and we sit here and listen to it all and we go, oh yeah, so what? It goes over our heads.
Look at this. I have been to almost every island in the Caribbean. I've been to South Pacific, I have been to Fiji's, and I tell you what, you have this, but not only this, you do have that healthcare. You do have this amazing food in the most affordable way. You have this safety.
What more could you ask for?
That's right. That's what I've been at. And I've been telling my family, what more can we be asking for right now at this moment? And they look and there's a pause and there's a silence and then there's more silence. I can't ask for anymore.
No.
Look at our energy bills, look at our local taxes, look at our water bills.
Nothing.
My last energy bill was £10.
I know. We thought we were reading it wrong. Well, let's do cheers, the Turkish tea cheers for that.